Let me move the camera more like this. Oops. So you don't see. I can't turn this for some reason. Wait. Maybe I can just turn. Okay, better. OMG, this is my first YouTube live stream. I can't believe this. This feels so crazy. But here I am doing my first YouTube live. I need to get comfortable with this. There are so many things that I want to talk about. So many things. I'm drinking my celery juice. I think I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Lisa. I am originally from Italy. I'm living in Italy right now. I was born and raised in Italy. And when I was 21, I left Italy and I moved to Australia. That was my first trip. Actually, it wasn't a trip because I actually moved there and I stayed there for 7 years, six and a half years. And that was one of the first, one of the best experiences of my life. I grew so much. It helped me to grow immensely. I was out of my comfort zone. I got to know myself so much. And I moved there, and then from there I traveled. I was, as I said before, out of my comfort zone because I didn't speak English very well. So that was my first crazy experience. And then from there, I just started my self-discovery journey. I traveled so much. I did so many kinds of different jobs. And then fast forward to 2020. That's when I actually moved. I was traveling in the US. I've been to so many countries. I've been to Indonesia, Japan. I've been to New Zealand, Australia. I've been to Europe, almost everywhere in Europe. I lived in Spain. I lived in Canary Islands. Now I'm actually living in Sicily. I'm not from Sicily. I'm not originally from Sicily, but I moved here after COVID. And I didn't want to stay in the north anymore. And I think soon I'm gonna move again. And I think that's hopefully it's gonna be my last time that I moved. So the title of today's live stream, let me check because I forgot what was the title. But it's a very important title. It's the more bad experiences, the higher the value. And it's true. I experienced this in my whole life, in my own life, in my own journey. I had a lot of very tough, very tough experiences that taught me so much. not so much about people, because I think people get it twisted, with the fact that you think that I'm learning about this person. I'm learning that people are just like that and I shouldn't trust them anymore. What those experiences teach you, and what I think that people read wrong, is actually they're teaching you to, for you, how to treat yourself and to learn about your standards and to raise your standards, to erase that guilt feeling, um, it just face you is like a mirror, like other people, how they respond to you and how they treat you. A lot of people don't get this, but it's actually a mirror of how you treat yourself and how you respond to other people and how you allow other people to treat you. And if you are always like excusing them, instead of, if you're always making excuse for them, instead of putting yourself first. So if somebody treats you badly or in a way that you don't like to be treated, and your first thought is to excuse them and not to say, and not to ask yourself, do I like to be treated this way? That already shows that you're not putting yourself first and you have some work to do. And I do believe profoundly that your value actually, those kind of experiences, they add value because they add wisdom, especially if you're a woman. They add a lot of wisdom. So you are a woman of higher value. There are so many things that I'm going to talk about on my live streams. I want to interact with people, get questions, and I'm very big on healthy food. I have a lot of knowledge. I did try a lot of diets. I went through a lot of changes in my own body. I was extremely overweight when I left. Actually, at the beginning, when I left home, this is, I want to kind of give you the experiences that I had that made me raise my personal value. I was 20 when I left home, 20 or 21, and I went on the other side of the world, Australia, and I started gaining weight because I started eating so much. I was emotionally eating, still to some days. It depends what kind of stage I'm going through and how I can cope. It depends how stressed I am. But I know, I'm aware that that's what it is. And I know how to cope with it nowadays much better than back then, that I had no idea what was going on. I was just following my impulse and I didn't know what was happening. So I gained so much weight. I got a lot of like operations. I went through surgery because I gained weight. So imagine that. I think I gained 20 kilos. 20 kilos in pounds. 20 kilos is exactly, oopsie, it's 44 pounds. I gained 44 pounds in 3 months. That's a lot. And that life was crazy back then. Like if I think about the things that I did back then while I was overweight, it's so crazy. So I did that, I had surgery. I kept going with my life. I kept going with the things that I was doing. I was focused on staying in Australia. And by the way, this is celery, lemon, and one orange. So good. I'm getting into a detox now, and this is one of the best juice that I drink early in the morning. Anyway, um, but I always was, since I was a kid, I always was so curious about life, and I always questioned myself about everything, every single thing. That's why I didn't like school so much, because school for me, I'm very creative, and school it's just something that teaches you how to follow rules, how to follow instructions, how to be a number, how to work for somebody else. And I was never that. I was never that. I did for a long time, but I was never that myself. And that's why I always hated school. I hated rules. Anything that was not creative and that did not allow my creation, anything that did not allow me to listen to my instincts and what I want to do, and did not allow to express whatever I was going through or whatever I wanted to express that time. I always had an issue with that, and that's why I never liked school that much. I'm playing with my hair a lot. I know, probably it's annoying, but I don't care because it's not annoying to me. And so that is kind of my introduction to life. I have so many stories to tell. I don't even know if I want to tell all of the stories because they're so crazy stories. So then I jumped on any kind of diet, low carb, restricting my calories, high protein, all of that stuff that I actually don't believe, because I didn't know. I had no clue. And then I became vegan, plant-based. I became a chef. I got so into like cooking and learning. And actually my ebook is coming out soon. It's an ebook about lifestyle, which teaches you about the best lifestyle ever. I try them all, and this, me personally, I don't want to convince anyone, but for me personally, I tried everything, and this is the best lifestyle. It's not restrictive, it's perfect for me, for myself. It gives you amazing skin, it hydrates you, it gives you energy, it gives you clarity. It's the best, and it's something that even if sometimes I have my moments when I'm emotional and I go for something else, but that is like a psychological thing. It has nothing to do with food. It's an emotional thing. I still think that this is the best, and you can do it even if you have that emotional trigger. Let's not call it an issue, because it's not an issue. It's just a trigger. It's a trigger. That's what it is. And you learn to cope with your triggers. You're always going to have triggers because the past cannot be erased. If you went through trauma, you're always going to have triggers. But it's doable, and you will get better on how to cope. And in this ebook, which is the Forever Young Lifestyle, in this ebook I explain how to cope, what to do, what to eat. If you want to eat emotional, if you feel emotional and you need food, comfort food to have that is actually healthy for you, alkaline and all of that. So I'm still in the process of finishing my ebook, but it will be available soon. And I will add all of the links in the description. So it's like being, an old lady or old man, which you have so much wisdom to give, and you gain so much wisdom. And it's not so much, I never believed in staying in your comfort zone, at least for me. I have so many friends that can just, live with their parents at 30. It depends of what you want from your life. That was never me. Living with your parents, still have that secure job, have everything secure, which I agree that at a point in life you need, but always grow, have your own growth, even if it's just like not physically, that you're constantly moving, going around, or experiencing new things. It can be also like changing something, doing a YouTube channel that you never thought you could do, changing outfit, changing color of your outfit. You always stayed with black, and now you're trying something new, and you feel better, you look better, and your day just changed. So many ways that you can grow, and there are different level of depth that you can grow with. So what else do I want to talk about? This is what I really, really, really believe. This is what I really, really believe. And uh, the even if sometimes you go through in life some crazy experiences, and one other thing that I firmly believe is when you go through shit and you're just asking yourself why this is happening to me, like why this is happening to me, this is crazy, this is so much, I can't do this, I feel like suicidal, the lowest of the lowest that you can be, that you think that you will not be able to come back up. I've been there quite a few times. You don't think you will be able to come back up. Those are the experiences that will make you change in such a deep way. You have to think that all those kind of experiences, people that see these kind of things on a very surface, like low, shallow level, they think they think they're unlucky, they think they've been a loser all their life, they think destiny, that's what they are, because they're not aware of their own power. And those experiences are just a slap in the face, which is telling you you are not valuing yourself. So a slap in the face. And then if you do it again, is another slap in the face, until you wake up and you say, okay, what am I doing in my life? I need a drastic change. I need a drastic change. I need to change something. I need to change the way. I'm not talking about that comes after, but the first thing that you need to change is your mindset. You need to change your mindset and the way you let other people, the way you see yourself first, and it comes from there. And I know that when you are uncomfortable, what we tend to do is we tend to change. We tend to change the environment that we have around. So for example, I've been living with flatmates forever. I'm 33, and I have been living with flatmates since I was 20. I was living, I grew up in an abusive environment. Let's just say that. I grew up in an abusive environment because it's the truth. And I was so used to that it took me years of shitty experiences to learn that that was not how I wanted to feel. And at the beginning, I thought, okay, I'm not good. This is my environment. I don't like it here. Let me change the environment. Let me move somewhere else with different people, different environment, different language, different country on the other side of the world. Let me move, and for sure my experiences will change. And that was never true, because I just repeated different people, different faces, different environment, different language, different country, but the way that I was feeling, it stayed exactly the same, until I learned that actually what I really needed to change was how I perceived myself. Because if you feel like a victim and you go around feeling like a victim, you're gonna go to work and you're just gonna have those experiences. You're gonna have a partner and you're just gonna have those experiences. Feel everything is going to reflect to you the way that you feel inside. Period. There's nothing else. That's the way that it is. You might not get it because it's not how you're supposed to get it. You might not get it when you see somebody on a screen talking about this and you think, oh my god, really, that's how it is that how it works? Okay, so I guess no, you need to go through it to understand. You need to go through it. You need to feel the pain. You need to be present with the pain. And that's where people usually F up, because usually what most people do, instead of facing that pain, and instead of that pain is data. It's telling you something. It's communicating with you. You're communicating with the pain, and the pain is telling you, I don't like this. What can we do to change this situation? You are going to have a conversation with yourself. That's why I believe that time alone, it's key. If you want, if you need to grow, everybody needs to grow. If you really want to get to know yourself, if you want to be used, if you want to live a life like you don't care, then don't. But if you really want to grow, and if you want to really understand, if you're confused because you're like, fuck, I don't understand why this keeps happening, why I feel bad, why, you need to spend time with yourself. You need to get to know yourself. And you might have been raised in an abusive family, and you might have enmeshment issues where you don't have boundaries, and you don't understand when you place yourself in an environment with different people, you don't understand what are your needs anymore. For some reason, everything shuts off and everybody becomes everything around you and everybody just becomes a threat. So you shut off, and you start to pay attention to them, because if you express your need, that's bad, and you're not supposed to do that. So you have to understand, you have to be aware of this. You have to ask yourself, why am I feeling this way once I get into this environment? Why, whenever I get into a relationship, when I'm alone, I feel good, and whenever I get into a relationship, I start to feel very uncomfortable just being in the presence of somebody else, because I say yes when I want to say no. I say no when I want to say yes. If somebody asks me, you start to become aware. You start to become aware. Then you go back home after your date or after you spend time with this person, and you feel weird, and you're like, why did I say yes when actually I meant no? You just have to pay attention, and you start to question yourself, and you will get to the root of that. Why somebody handed to me Coca-Cola, and I hate Coca-Cola, and I said, yes, I can have a glass, instead of saying, I prefer water, or I prefer freshly squeezed orange juice. Do you have any of that? Why are you uncomfortable? Because you think that you're making the other person I'm uncomfortable, but that person actually asked you, what would you like to drink in the first place? They didn't say, we only have Coca-Cola, drink Coca-Cola, there's nothing else. If you want to drink it, it's here. If you don't, I'm sorry, we don't have anything. You say, okay, I'm not gonna drink it. Thank you, I'll pass. Why you say, yes, yes, sure, I drink it. Thank you. That was me. That sometimes when I'm not aware and when I am not paying attention, that's my default mode. And I slap myself and I say, okay, no, you want water. You want something else. So don't be afraid to ask for what you want. I know it's a journey. It's a journey. That's why you have to relax into it. You have to accept that every human being can change. This is the beauty of life. This is the beauty of being a human being. You can choose. You can choose in the morning when you wake up if you want to feel like shit, or if you want to put your mindset straight, right, and you just gonna decide that day is gonna be a good day, and that is gonna change the view of everything. It's gonna change the view of, you can drop something and say, shit, I always drop stuff. Why am I so bad? Why is happening to me? Or you can just pick it up and say, that was actually funny. That's your choice. It's always your choice. And when people don't want to do that kind of work of being aware and work on themselves, when they don't want to do that, they blame it on other people, because it's easier than to do the change, than to sit and reflect and do the change and make priorities for yourself, taking the time that you need, doing whatever you need to do, stop pleasing other people, stop being a people pleaser, you know. So wow, this was actually my first live. I'm so happy. I'm gonna get comfortable with this, and I can't wait to receive questions. I can't wait. I'm probably also gonna do some makeup while I talk. I have some products from my company that I'm gonna show in the next. We're in the process of building a website, so I'm gonna show the products, and they're not here yet because they're for the somewhere getting photo shoot. But I'm gonna show the products in my next live. I'm super excited. And I am so happy that I made this live stream. I can't wait to engage with people, interact with people, answer some questions. I'm constantly changing, like all of you. I'm going through so much. I've been through so much, and I'm so happy that I'm doing this because it's making me grow. Never forget that you can be whoever you desire to be. You can be whoever you want to desire to be, whoever you desire. You can have whatever you desire. Set your mind straight. Ask yourself, if you're confused and you don't know who you are, because that happens, especially if you come from an abusive environment, you have no idea who you are. Start with basic things. What color do you like? Prepare yourself different meals, different juices, try them. This is a good exercise to spend time with yourself, get to know yourself, do stuff that nourish your soul. You prepare 3 kinds of different juices of fruit that you never tried. You prepare a juice with mandarin, you prepare a grape juice, and you prepare a celery juice. a green juice. You try and you ask yourself, do I like this? Do I like this taste? Yes, I do like this. So you have to experience stuff in order to get to know yourself. I know that some things might feel scary, but whenever you feel ready, you have to do it. Just don't dwell on things. And you open the window, you look outside, and you ask yourself, do I like this view? Do I like this view? Is this where I see myself living? Or do I want to change view? Do I want to see Italy and the houses and the mountains of Sicily? Or do I want to open my window and see ocean? Do I want to be somewhere else? Do I want to live in a tropical environment? Do I like cold weather? Do I like hot weather? You have to, if you feel confused, ask yourself, and you don't know what you want, ask yourself those kind of basic questions and try things. It's so fun. Life is supposed to be fun. Don't take life too serious. Don't take life too seriously, because life is not meant to be that seriously. I know that society shaped us to think that we always have our soul. Nobody can break your soul. Beyonce. Nobody can break your soul. That if you're in tune with that, you will always have information from your soul telling you what it's for you. Not even what is right and what is wrong, because that's like tell you what it's for you and what you want to do and what you should do and what you deserve. That's it. So in my next live, I'm going to show you the products of my company. So excited. We have a few things. Then I'm also into like all natural kind of makeup, skincare. I'm a freak like on those things. I love those things. So I'm probably gonna try something live. I'm gonna try some like health products, skincare, snacks. I want to do taste tests. I can't wait to do that kind of stuff. It's so fun. And this is my me time. I love this kind of shit. I don't know why it took me so fucking long to get here. Like, I really don't know why. I was scared. And today I said, you know what? I'm just going to jump on YouTube and do a live stream. And I did. And I'm so glad I did. And those are my real hair, by the way. They used to be so much longer, but I cut them because they were too long. And also, don't be afraid to cut people off your life that, oh, I did that. I did that so many times. But I know how it feels. You can be very afraid to cut people off. I did, and believe me, that it's needed. It's needed. People that don't serve you, or you thought they were your friends or they were good into your life, and then you become aware of your value and you're like, that doesn't match with me, that doesn't match with my value, so bye. So I'm super excited to be here, and I see you in my next live. Ciao.